Hey everybody! I heard you guys like Link to the Past All Dungeons, so we decided to bring you another Brackets Round 2 match between Chexhuman and Buane. I'd like to introduce you to our commentators today, Anders and M. Kostler. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Okay, we
Awesome.
ready for some all dunnies?
All Dunnies.
Maybe a couple of honeys. Probably not.
Maybe. Hopefully, no disasters though.
All I'm saying is my DMs are open. I have great health insurance.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's Anders likes chicken.
I can cook. Um, I really don't have much else going for me.
Cook,
I plugged
health
this.
insurance. That's really all that anyone really needs in,
You know,
in this day and age.
but I've plugged it every time I've calmed, and no one ever takes the bait.
Wow, you're
Come on,
calling it
guys, we're living in a
bait?
quarantine over here.
Hmm.
Thanks, Faye. We are off to the races. So we have former world record holder Buane McGamer.
That's his last name. I can't believe you
Really,
just doxed him
I know.
on
I'm
the
so
stream.
sorry. So sorry. And as we know, Buane is our number 3 seed. He's a former world record holder going up against Chexhuman, the number 14 seed and the
Mm-hmm.
number 1 seed in my heart.
Wow. Oh, that's so sweet. Both runners very highly qualified in this category. Like you said, Blaine, former world record holder. Chex, one of our best glitched category runners for this game. Basically, just plops in front of his screen at the ungodly hours throughout the night and just runs whatever nonsense that he can put his hands on, and does it very well.
His most recent thing that he's trying is swordless, no EG, reverse boss order.
Excellent, excellent. That sounds like an excellent meme coming
It's
from
exactly what you think it
Chexhuman.
is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what I think it is swordless, no EG, reverse boss order. So I would hope it's exactly what I think it is, because
Dang, you
otherwise it
got
would be
it.
a
His
little
Kostler's
weird.
so smart.
I know, I
Probably that
know.
fedora. He keeps all his brain in there.
I want to put it on the record that I do not own a fedora,
Just
and
a
I
Tribly.
resent the fact that just because my name sounds like I'm hat tipping milady, that I somehow have become associated with fedora wearing.
I mean, it is what it is.
uh, our runners going through the slog that is Eastern Palace. Not really much we can do here to escape the drudgery. So we're just memeing it up through here. And
We're
if
supposed to talk
anyone does
about the
something,
video game.
excuse me,
We're supposed to talk about the video game.
we can. We can also not. How's your day been, Andrews?
I'm at that point of quarantine where I look at myself in the mirror after not shaving for over a month. Um, my patchy beard
Mm,
and my ever longing hair, and I'm like, should I just cut it off with kitchen scissors? Should I just cut everything off?
kitchen scissors.
It's no.
Eventually you're gonna, spatchcock a chicken, and you're not gonna want beard hair in there. So
I should clarify that I was talking about like my the rest of my hair, like my head hair.
oh, okay.
But I do.
Still,
I did
still.
recently spatchcock a chicken. I think I posted that in a mutual Discord. So
Hmm.
I don't like Feu.
Start calling him Beardo. The wonderful Animal Crossing the villager Beardo.
He's not wearing
Uh,
pants.
they're animals. The fact that they're wearing anything other than just their fur is a step up.
Dang. I just got a new villager, by the way. You'll have to come and meet her.
Yeah, I was telling Ham during the Doom Tap run that yeah, it wasn't.
You've been busy.
I'm busy with other things instead
Understood.
of Animal Crossing. In the meantime, there actually is a game going on. Chex currently at 1.5 heart. Not a very scary part of the run. You can die and escape. Shoutouts to our lovely admin, Apathy Duck. Salute. But especially at this part, 1.5 hearts. If he's worried any at all, that pot that Buane just passed contains a heart, and so he can go and pick it up should he choose.
Ooh, very nice snakes from Buane. That's some good RNG. Yeah. Chex did not get the good RNG.
Yeah, but handled the bad RNG pretty darn well. Just immediately booming those 2 snakes there. Excuse me, we are professional commentators here.
Yeah, and for those of you who are really loving the all dungeon mappa, I know how to speak words. For those of you who are really commentators enjoying the all dungeons restricted major glitches stuff, and you're like, man, there's a lot of ADRMG going on in this tournament, but I could use some more. Hey, this weekend,
this very weekend,
on
this Sunday, in fact,
April 19th, I think it's at like 5 p.m. or something. I don't know. For Corona relief done quick through GDQ, we're having 2 of our runners, Andy and Apathy Duck 07. Salute, Mr. Admin Man. They're going to do a run. It is National Rice Ball Day, so make yourself a couple of rice balls. Sit down, chow down, support getting us out of this quarantine, and watching some Dunnies.
Some Dunnies, yeah, absolutely. Did you hear my story about my rice? My unfortunate rice situation.
4-year-old rice.
Yeah, it was not good. Just to say. Anyways, we're actually going to see potentially our first actual major.
Buane goes for it, yeah.
Buane going for it. Likely going to be seeing Chex also go for it.
He hasn't been lately.
Ooh, he is not.
Yeah, he hasn't been, which has always surprised me. So what we're talking about is this citrus glitch, obviously, that we're seeing Buane do. Buane having a little bit of trouble getting into that. No.
But he does get it on the 3rd try, so still going to be saving a little bit of time over Chex. So Buane entered at about 17. Chex enters at about 18. I'm up for the segment timer. Buane was ahead with a pretty hot 5:50 escape time, 5 seconds ahead of Chexhuman. So it would have looked like it would have a lot bigger difference, but the amount of time that Buane saved over Chex for the citrus clip was not really that much.
Something you want to share with the class?
I'm just reading Feiyu's absolute dismantling of anything that could be considered comedy with Bed Sormonti rice.
Wow.
Eastern Palace, very similar to Escape in that it is a tried and true and really not much to talk about for the run outside of the citrus clip. You're going to see the big key damage boost here coming from Buane. Does it pretty darn well. There is some optimization that you can do in here. Both runners actually have basically the same exact damage boost there. there's some optimization you can do based on how you get thrown off the switch. You could get thrown down, and that loses you a decent chunk of time. Both runners get thrown up and to the right. So they don't lose that much time since they're relatively close to the chest.
Yeah, we may be memeing a lot, but part of that is just because these first two segments are a little bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if I could, I would love for the run to start at Sahasrara's hut, where we get the boots, and it can be a speed run.
Mm-hmm. Interesting idea, but there've definitely been runs already in this tournament where the race has been pretty much decided before we even get there. So
I agree. I'm just
unfortunate
Chex, my
Chex.
dude.
So it triggered the red eye gore a little too early, and then I think he might have thought that maybe he could shoot the arrows over the pot, but nope, the pot blocks those arrows, and had to wait for a whole extra cycle for those eye gores to open their
Allegory
eyes.
on society.
Yep.
Ooh,
Actually,
one arrow for the wall. That's a nice one. Love to see it.
It's kind of nice, but it's also kind of not, because he's going to be at 6. He's only at 1 arrow right now. The minimum you need to cleanly get through pod is 7. So even if he gets just 1 arrow, or even if he gets like the early arrow drop, as he drops down to get to the pod big key, he's still going to have to pick up arrows somewhere else. So even though they're both short, Buane is still in a better position than Chexhuman. Let's see. We might see him just try to do, since he has to pick up two sets of arrows anyways. We might see him just get all the arrows in the mimic's room. But he is in a very precarious situation where if he somehow screws up the archery contest, then he'll be out of arrows and have to really scramble to do a backup in that room.
So this spin speed DMA.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice on Buane's screen.
Nailing it pretty well. It looked like both of our runners did the fastest dash strats that you could do on the lead up to that DMA. Nobody going for the walk or the gland dash.
Shoutouts to Glanimal, Prince of Pause Buffers, The Animal, Flannelman.
Big shoutouts.
Good human. Wonder if... do either of our runners love me enough? No. The answer is no.
Well, we gotta see if the FFC...
Might not be. Who knows? Ooh, look at that yeet. Pretty good from...
Yeah, they both have them. But we do have... they clearly love... Winky.
We all love Winky. Even if you spelled his name wrong.
So here we're seeing a difference between... I think Chex is one of the only runners that does this insta-clip for the Kiki skip. We saw Buane do the much more tried and true bomb clip, but Chex does a back up into that corner, walks up, plants a bomb, and we call it an insta-clip because you don't have to do any buffers whenever you do it that way. You can just hold in the opposite direction of the slope. So that slope was going upright, so you hold up left, and then you just instantly clip in. It's a little bit harder because you don't have as good of cues or as good of setups but it does save some sword buffers.
This is my most stressful. Well, yeah, this is probably my most stressful dungeon.
I'm seeing Buane picking up the bomb arrow or the arrows down there at the bottom. We'll see if Chex decides to pick up these arrows or decides to go for both, but it looks like he's going for these arrows. Probably for the best. Like I said, if he missed the archery contest, he would be in a lot of trouble.
Well, Kosar, I think that while we have a little downtime before that hammer yump, is it time for our ALttP trivia question of the day? Or do you want to wait until the crystal?
I want to wait until Buane does the hammer jump, because he got sniped on his way to pushing that block. So right. if things go wrong with his second position, he could just be dead. Oh, but got a lucky heart drop there, so everything should be fine, and we can go ahead and move on to our ALttP trivia question of the day.
There are numerous quote-unquote possessed guard enemies. Some have bows and arrows, some have javelins, some have spears, some have swords, ball and chain, or bomb. There's one type of enemy, guard enemy, that is programmed into the game, fully functional, but never actually appears in the proper game. What weapon does it carry?
Cannon.
Dang it, you guys are too good. That was a really easy one.
Yep. You can see chat just instantly knows this.
I didn't even finish.
If you've ever played any ROM hacks, you'll see the cannon guard used all over the place.
I didn't know that. I've never played any of them. Probably because I'm bad at this video game, but
yeah.
I had no idea. So I guess I was the real winner. I learned something.
Mm-hmm.
Good arrow drop for Chex.
Yeah, Ham pointing out doing the commentary role for us, pointing out a nice arrow drop from Chex, so he would not have to detour and pick up one of the pots there. He had to have at least one more arrow to arrow the statue to reveal the basement.
To get better trivia questions, because I can't just ask the Apple Farmer question every stream. If you guys have a good ALttP trivia questions, feel free to hit me up in Discord. Please include a selfie, your number. Please be clothed in the selfie. Oh, and also, remember, tell me your
Anders, I gave you a trivia question. Please respond.
That's real good, buddy.
Chex is scaring me. Oh, he's got to move. He's definitely got to move. He's gonna have to play dodge.
He's doing the buffers. Oh, so Chex. He's biting his lower lip and freaking out. I can just tell. He's in focus mode, friends.
Full focus mode.
Josh 125. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. Having to really pull that out.
Helma. I am impressed that he survived that, honestly.
Yeah, definitely had to survive.
Ran out of arrows. Doom's butt is so clenched, we're gonna have so many diamonds by the time this is over.
Mm-hmm. Took 2 shots trying to get those hammer hits in, and then byproduct of being so low on arrows, when he went to switch to the arrow shot, in addition to just having to immediately bail because he got the both the tail and the fireball, he just didn't have that many arrows to really fully finish off the boss, so had to go combo of arrows and spins. really made that fight scary. Didn't see on Buane's side for his first of many hair clips. Ran into the slight problem of you can actually hair clip up. You can actually do that clip a little too high, and if you're too high when you do that clip, you're not actually going to get the leap off. So you
A nice little swag boob coffee break for Buane
mhm.
in Tower of Hera. No need for this very wonderful auto scroller to bother you when you just get that pixel perfect.
Now I believe Chex is with the Church of Yoho.
He has been known to pot spin once or twice.
I believe in a thing called love.
Yep, we're doing it. Oh no, we're not.
No. Decided against it.
Maybe
Got another. Oh no, he did it. He did it. Now he just needs to get up into there, and there we go.
He was just trying to lead Yoho off. Oh, that's hilarious.
Just does it for half a second, and then immediately throws it away.
Just to trick you, just make you think you knew what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yoho, you can't be mad. He did the trick.
Yeah, I don't know what you're complaining about. We're seeing Buane going to the second.
Ooh, Buane getting bullied by those mini Moldorms, though.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, we're gonna see a early bomb jump from Buane. He did need to buffer up a little bit and gets the nice chest turn. I believe Chex had a chest turn on the Eastern Palace Big Key, so I think we're tied 1-1. Chex not hitting the switch, gonna have to take a detour.
I think that was on accident.
Yeah, it definitely was on accident. So he's hitting that, and then he's gonna have to. Nope.
He is so confused.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Chex is great, guys. Genuine human. Alright. Oh, that was interesting. Did you see that?
That Buane hammer hit. Are you kidding me?
How did that work?
That
what is this thing's hitbox?
That was wild.
So, Kostler, what did you eat on this wonderful National Glazed Ham Day?
I did not have any glazed ham. Sorry, green ham. I did have for lunch. I had a oven roasted chicken breast. And then I made a citrus pan sauce that ended up being not really that saucy. It ended up being a little too liquidy for me. And then, even though it was 4 years old, I did try and make some rice to go with that, and it was not good. But then for dinner, I made a nice spinach and mushroom quesadilla. And it turns out when you deep fry the tortilla that the quesadilla is wrapped in, every quesadilla just kind of tastes the same. They all just taste like fried cheese and tortilla.
Why, but Chex's auto walk there was very satisfying to watch.
What about you, Anders? What was your... what did you have for food?
Afternoon, I was really boring, and I just did some shrimp and rice, and I marinated some zucchini.
Yeah, very boring. This is more than I'm going to tell you 75 to 90% of chat.
You can just DM me, like, with your resume, Feel free to include your salary in the subject line.
Ooh, leftover Indian food.
Ooh, I had Indian food yesterday and I binged and it made me feel really bad about myself.
Mm.
But it's okay.
I've been looking. I keep on saying it, and I never actually do it, but I've been looking to make some homemade tiki masala.
Have an Instant Pot or a pressure cooker in general.
I think I have one. I know I have a slow cooker. I don't know if I have a pressure cooker.
I have shoutouts to Imosaru. I have a really nice
Yeah, that butter chicken recipe.
Yeah, I've done that quite a few times. I have my own little spin on it, and it is chef's kiss.
Meantime, actual video game is happening. Both of our runners doing pretty well. Chex has only taken some damage from when he just left the Death Mountain. I don't believe either of our runners got a good hellway. Both of them had to take a little slight detour. Neither of them taking too long.
Shoutouts to Mutski for always encouraging me to get the hottest Vindaloo I can handle. That is Twitch partner Mutski at MutskiSRL on Twitter, not at Mutski on Twitter. The SRL is very important. We'll get there, but we're getting ready for a boss fight.
Oh, a boss fight?
Loves it. Yeah, a boss fight.
Is there something interesting about this boss fight, Anders?
Some have told me that it's scripted, and by that I mean,
really?
as long as you do it correctly, it'll be easy. And it is scripted.
Oh, it's scripted.
So it's 3 hits per phase. And notice, Buane's just jerking around.
Get those steps in chat.
I get very upset about it because I'm still very bad at it. And that is a fight that I know I'm going to need someone helping me with. As opposed to me being just trying it over and over again and people yelling at me in chat.
Okay, I'm gonna have to have words with our runners. We have both of our runners FFZs in chat, and neither of our runners have the best FFZ emote in Dutch Glow. What are we doing here?
I don't have a good answer.
Meanwhile, we have this. Anyways,
both getting through that scripted fight pretty easily, because it's scripted and no one could ever mess it up, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Looks like we're not seeing any frog door coming in from Buane.
I think Chex has been practicing it, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Try to compare times. Looking like it's about 38 seconds between our two runners. So even with the terror that Chex dealt with the Helmasaur fight, not too terribly far behind. And
I mean, both of these runners are so solid that every little mistake that they make is going to cost them, but they're still going to be very close.
mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good race no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fingers crossed. Some Moy Eyes in chat, please, for this frog door.
Nails it easily.
Thank goodness.
Have you not seen the soft lock into hard lock uh,
I've only heard
live,
about it.
Anders?
No.
Yeah, it would have. We would have known. It happens as soon as you get fully into Dark World. So we would have known if he hit the soft lock into hard lock before he got through the text box. He would have. You would have seen Link.
Right.
Yeah, get decapitated.
Decapitated.
Go to the bottom of the screen, and then we would have seen. We would have had the issue. Well before he left the rock there.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yes, absolutely. Both runners getting the fence dash, though Chex clearly decided to clearly had a pause to make sure that he got it. Didn't do the full just nail it instantly out of the screen transition. So I'm docking him some small points there.
Okay. I don't know. I love all my friends and I just want them all to do well. And so I'm pretty happy seeing this. No EBJ over there. That's fine.
Yeah. Both, it was interesting. I calmed Airy. Ooh, unfortunate
yeah, that's
movement from that. But at least he went high up and got stuck. Whenever that guy goes north like that and gets in your way, he can also then instantly cut over as you're trying to pull it up and get in your way even more. So a little bad RNG, but not the worst that he could have gotten in the second worst room in the game.
Worst room in the category, I would say.
Oh, certainly. Only someone, an absolute maverick like Yoho would consider differently.
What does Yoho think?
The overworld swamp, Dark World swamp, where you have to decide the 3 different options to get around that wall.
But you can just play in Ham Sandwich. Oh, that poor dance from Buane.
Mm-hmm. Going a little too early.
That's hilarious, though.
Had to do the hokey pokey.
Let's see how this moth goes. We all know how I feel about moth. It was
the solid 10 out of 10 from Buane. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Anytime anyone wants to teach that to me, just slide into my DMs.
While Buane was absolutely crushing, showing us off his hokey pokey, Chex had to also dance, this time with Ginny on the block. Was not.
Turned himself around, it's alright.
Mm-hmm.
See how this RNG is? Ooh, not quite what I like to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of an apathy duck strat right here.
Having to
Oof.
to dance around a little bit more, but still finishes the fight fairly well. We are all lonely in these COVID times, Anders. But, as the great Joe Cocker said, we get by with a little help from our friends.
And genuinely, like, everyone, I hope that you're doing well in this very odd predicament that we've found ourselves in. If anyone, like, needs someone to talk to, feel free to DM me. You don't need to add your resume. That this is legitimate. I hope everyone's doing well.
And Ham, who says that That's not what I was talking about. Hashtag Link Society.
Society is very good. Shout outs to Lynx, who also had a very nice race today. Today has been a fun day for the ADRMG tournament.
Yeah, we had 3 runs today.
Back to back to back.
Yep.
And Lynx actually, as Faye mentioned, PB'd earlier today.
Solid 1 minute PB, finally breaking that 112 hump.
Yeah, he's at 112.14.
Yeah, let me look at the match results.
I don't even think that wasn't from.
Oh, it was earlier. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was this afternoon for Lynxmas.
Not during the Lynxmas. Is that the Wednesday Lynx Day?
Yeah.
Not Wanks Day.
It is not Winx Day, it's Lynxmas. Stop trying to make Winx Day happen, it's not gonna happen. Don't make it happen.
Every day is great at your Wanks Day.
Are we seeing a plain ham sandwich from Buane?
No, Buane, please. It literally named the Protestant Church of Buane because this is what he does.
I don't even know what that is. I was raised Jewish.
Well, and to kickstart the Reformation, Buane nailed his theses up on that portion of the wall in the Swamp Palace, and that's how he got Lutheranism.
I will say that I've heard that Desert Palace is one of the worst splits for this category. What is your take on that, McCosler?
The palace itself is pretty easy. It's everything leading up to the palace, which we're seeing Chex currently have to deal with.
What is happening right here?
Uh-oh.
His jaw just dropped. His great movie is up.
My great movie.
His Chex recently updated his OS, and that happens sometimes, I guess. We're back in, though. But I think that kind of shook a little bit. Yes, because Chex runs on a Mac, he has it go through a thing that makes it say My Great Movie.
I did not know that Chex was also a Mac runner. Where is Chex going?
Chex knows. I think honestly he got.
Does he know?
I think he got a little thrown off by that.
We might be getting a Some Dungeons run from Chex. Okay. No.
Did he realize? He might have realized.
Or is this a... Oh no, this is a patented Chexhuman curveball.
Holy crap. This...
I mean...
I said, Chex likes his glitches, and sometimes he just... Chat, don't let us forget.
I'm gonna have to ask him. Yeah. Whether this was just a...
Like, I was ready to go.
Whether this was just a curveball, or is this actually what he... how he routes this?
Genuinely,
because I have never seen...
I don't think I've missed more than 10 Chex streams in the past year, and I've never seen him do that. So I personally am gonna go with it was a mistake.
We'll definitely have to ask him.
Did that just save a bunch of time though? Maybe.
Okay, yeah. So this is definitely the look on his face. Y'all can't see it, but the look on his face is showing.
I go clip up and jump through that way, I guess. A little.
Just showing us.
This is a Chex Mix.
Yeah, just showing us his array of knowledge of this category, though, or of glitching in this game in general. Though I'm not quite so sure that this is the routing that we want to go for.
Sometimes this happens with Chex, and we just in this. Now I'm a northerner. I'm from the Midwest, but
I'm a
since I've
northerner.
relocated,
I'm from the Midwest. Okay, interesting.
I've relocated to the South. And I think this is what they call a bless your heart. True Southerners, tell me if I'm doing that right.
Bless your pea picking heart. Yeah, I believe Josh has it correct.
Thanks, guys. I'm new to this.
As a native Missourian, Josh knows all the southern slang.
Ooh, and not exactly the Landmo fight that we want to see either. It's gonna be a 3-cycle at least. Looks like Buane's setting up for this bomb jump.
I'm gonna see a nice bomb jump here. Ooh, going for the bufferless and nails it.
Yeah, he got it.
Well, bufferless is wrong. Obviously, there were buffers, but going for the not a pause buffer or anything like that.
But gets sniped by that little blast from that.
That's they actually go for that.
Really?
Yeah. So the reason why you get the key the second time around, if you're going for the Meyer bomb jump, is because you can get sniped by that thing, because that damage boosts you towards the wall as you're picking up the key.
Oh, a very solid bomb jump into Tower of Hera from our main man Buane, the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, more of a bomb clip, but
that's the word. It's all. I'm not good at the word part that much. I'm 19 years old and I never learned how to read.
So mark that one off on the Anders references for comms.
And you guys got to hear my cat say hello right into the mic.
Meantime, we saw a pretty good clip from Buane. Does take another hit. He is a little low. No chest turn on the hook shot there. A little low on HP, so he can't even really go for the duck strat in Mario
Not
2.
quite.
I mean, he still goes for it, but it's not going to matter at all since he wouldn't be able to get beams, even if it dropped a heart.
Chat has gone wild. We've lost them, folks. So with that in mind, I'm going to talk about seeing how Buane opts to just jump on down that, take the loss, and run right through.
All right, so while we're thinking of things to talk about, Anders, what is your favorite Bon Appetit Test Kitchen video?
Video or personality?
We'll go with personality.
Claire. It's Claire.
Okay.
It's absolutely Claire.
Okay.
I would do anything for her.
What is it about Claire? That,
the fact that I feel like she's my spirit animal. I want to live my life like day 1 Claire on Gourmet Makes, but I'm definitely a day 3 Claire on Gourmet Makes, where everything's burning and no one's allowed to talk to me because I'll just get sad, but then it works out and I'm happy. Fayu, how dare you? I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Carla, who is living that wonderful life of just being like, I'm just gonna live and do whatever and just talk. So I think that my most recent favorite gourmet test kitchen recipe that I've made was probably I took inspiration from actually a recipe from Claire and Carla that they collabed on with a spatchcock faux brick chicken that I did. We had talked about earlier. That's probably my favorite thing that I've cooked this quarantine, honestly.
Ooh, Wayne.
Oh no, Buane!
Let go of his
Just too early.
yeah, his
He's still gonna
spin
be
just a
fine,
little
though.
too early, yeah. Taking 2 cycles there. Gonna be frustrated with himself, but not dying.
Yeah, he said
Meanwhile,
it threw off his groove.
uh-huh.
Chex is heading over now, trying to get into 2 Mire 2 Furious.
Yep. I would rather call that Swan Lake than 2 Mire 2 Furious.
How
If I'm
about
gonna be honest
Mire
here.
2 Electric Boogaloo? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel again like Chex felt getting sniped by that BMOS there.
Mire 2 Mire Harder. Thank you.
What was I gonna say?
I don't think
Chex
it
did
matters.
get the hook shot chest turn, so
Ooh, that's
currently
another one on
leading in
Chex.
our hearts.
I cannot comment on that. Hurts too much. Just kidding. I'm fine. The Empire strikes. That's a little bit of a push for me.
Yeah, we're
Ooh, just misses that Zora snipe on Buane's side of the screen.
ooh.
Oh, and then
Ooh, the
gets
double
Ropa
hit.
twice. Man. Mire 2 this time it's personal. Very good. The Coastler Lotto. Very good.
Mhm.
Live. I'm sorry, Squiddos just got me. Live glitch free or mire hard.
Good lord. You were talking earlier about losing the chat, and
They've got me. I'm infected.
James Cameron's Myers. Good lord.
Let's see how the spooky goes.
Did
Oh,
not
missed
get
the
the actual.
spooky.
Did not get the actual fire rod dash. Went for it a second time. It looked like it was a little too low.
At this point, I feel like we're just going through the motions, just trying to get through the end. There have been a lot of little microaggressions that he's been dealing with.
Wow, microaggressions. Okay.
That's what it feels like. It feels like a little bit of bullying. And like targeted bullying. I have nothing to say because I'm just gonna make a fool of myself, and it's very sad.
I have some jokes, but I'm going to keep them to myself.
We are seeing Buane heading into the Diver Down Holy Diver area.
Mm-hmm.
See how it goes.
Ooh, went down 2. No, he had to
Yep, nope,
reset.
gotta get back in. Come on, buddy.
Push.
There we go.
Dino DNA. Ooh.
I've never seen anyone dash like that in that room.
Yeah, so that's not what he meant to do. When you're leaving that door, what you try to do, what some people try to do is they hold out that door and to hold to the right, and so that they're facing the right direction. But if you don't actually leave the door, then you never actually turn to the right, and so then he dashed up. So he just adjusted. Seeing a
Zero
cycle
cycle.
attempt.
Nope.
Nope, he got the empty cycle. Just a little too slow, clearing out all the puffs there.
Fight all things considered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me tell you, I'm very glad that Chex realized that he hadn't done desert yet. I was spooked, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, because you don't actually get anything in desert. I wonder if, given how far up to that spot, whether it would have just been better to just do Mire and then Mirror and then do desert. Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, and chat wondering whether Chex needed that chest there. It depends on what he does for exiting the Bombo floor. Currently seeing Buane having some issues. Did get it the second time around, it looked like.
Lord, that freaking mirror wrap. We are having some more technical issues on Chex's screen.
Chex, what is going on? My great movie.
He's been talking about gosh, I don't even know what to say. He needs to
So what did he upgraded his OS or something like
his
that?
OS went through an upgrade. He was having some trouble getting everything to go the way that he wanted it to. OBS already doesn't play well with
Max.
Mac, and he's not using LiveSplit because of that same reason.
I remember at GDQ he was using like the web version of LiveSplit.
Yeah, that's what he uses. And so, you know.
Yeah, all this goes to show me is that the extra money that you pay for Max is totally worth it, especially if you're a speedrunner.
You know, I will say I can see the argument for them in regards to art, to a point, and past that, you know, because I came from a Mac background when I first started running and playing and everything, and it was, you know, a struggle, and I already knew I wanted a PC, and then we got burgled and that laptop got stolen, so it was like, all right, guess I'm getting a PC now.
Buane with a nice single poke, cold stare there. I know he was one of the last holdouts of the highest tier runners to be on 6/. He's been struggling implementing the single poke and double pokes, but nailed it very well in that particular fight.
Say, yeah, my CyberPower PC saga was pretty rough. But now I'm happy with a computer that I built with help from friends and quite a few tiers. And I think that my stream is okay now, comparatively.
Meantime, we've seen Chex doing the Ice Palace Mirror Wrap and nails it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Chex is a lot of the time, his glitches are so solid. I mean, he can just snap his fingers and appear anywhere he wants to be. I highly recommend if you have some time on your hands, try and get him to do one of his Delete Ganon runs for you, because it's very, very, very nice.
Yeah, he's a full triple threat. Glitch skills, NMG execution, and looks to boot.
A very nice icebreaker on his side, while we get the save and quit on Buane's side, letting him get ready to go for that turtle rock split. One thing that's really nice about Ice Palace in this category is how simple and quick this is. How simple and quick it is with that bomb clip, with that icebreaker. It really, really does make a big difference.
It's already in most categories that you run this already, and yes, I would even call it simple and clean. It's already a much more truncated dungeon than what you would have to do in a vanilla run. But AD just makes it just as truncated, if not more so, and way less painful.
Right there, I'm with you. I'm wearing my Kingdom Hearts socks right now.
Despite my memeing, I've never actually played a Heart of Kingdoms.
Echo, sir. What we should do is have a few drinks, sit down, and I'll explain the plot to you. The more drinks, the better.
I've already seen that. What do they call them? Unraveled, the Brian David Gilbert video that explains the plot. So I think I'm pretty good.
Oh, okay. You probably know it better than me, though.
You should watch the video and then come back to me with whether I know it know it well.
X getting out of Ice Palace with a pretty good time. Ooh, nice fairy spawn on Buane's side. I bet he's happy to see that.
Are we going to see the A-Press? We did see the A-Press. I don't know if he did it. I've not really done that trick myself enough to know whether he actually saved time there.
I am not sure. Chex is going to clip right in there.
One of the few runners who goes for that particular clip, and even among runners that go for that particular clip, a lot of them go for it, and they just kind of fumble around and lose a ton of time going for it. Chex nails it very cleanly.
Yep.
Saves him a bomb, so he is totally fine.
Very clean first two heads on Trinex on Buane's side of the screen.
And an easy Trinex fight.
With an extra bonk for good measure. Ooh, that had me scared for a moment on Chex's side, but he gets it perfect.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
All those mirror wraps just hurt my brain so much.
Those runners just smashing the R button over and over.
Nice laser skip on Chex's side. Again, the execution. Like Greenham, I know, mentioned when you guys were ending commentary for the last race, he really doesn't have the NMG background that a lot of these runners have.
He's done enough NMG to put him in, the top 100 or so, but it's definitely not his love. He is way much
glitches.
Yeah, way more enjoys doing the more glitchy side of the run.
Both runners have some history with the rando community as well.
Buane still a very active rando runner. I believe Chex also is still pretty active.
Yeah, Chex finished second last year in the Overworld Glitched Rando tournament, and has been one of the big pushers, in my opinion, for some of the crazy door randos and entrance randos that we've been seeing pop up more and more in the ALttP rando community. But both also have their own niche categories that they do. Chex having very strong love for things like
No logic.
No logic, or even for vanilla things in terms of delete Ganon, full any percent, anything swordless, or I think he is the world record and only person to complete a low percent lamp all dungeons run.
Oh baby.
With hook pushes and deleting hearts.
Mm-hmm.
It is a run to be seen. I think he's completed it once, and I don't think he's ever going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard I try.
In the meantime, we've been seeing Buane crush through this. Was going to point out, Buane did talk to the uncle before heading into Ganon's tower.
The old man.
Yes, you're correct. The old
It
man.
would be weird if you kissed your uncle to get your hearts back. It's not as weird
Mhm.
when it's an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what am I saying?
Yeah, it's weird in both cases. Also, your uncle is currently
Dead.
deceased, so it would be weird in that. It would definitely be weird in that scenario. But I imagine he's about a minute behind his current PB, and I know he's watching either the restream or Chex's stream directly, and sort of knows the score. So just playing it super safe, getting the extra refill, so nothing unfortunate happens on the GT climb.
This is another fun lore thing. So the implication is that after recovering the entire Triforce, that the wish that Link makes is for everyone killed during Aghanim's reign to come back to life. That includes Uncle, who does die, because his body disappears. It also includes the priest. It includes the king. And I don't know who else dies, so that's it. That could just be a translation error, Fayu, but in the lore and even in the manga, it references that he is deceased. That brings us to him saying Zelda is your ... before he dies, which led to the popular belief that Link and Zelda were siblings, where it was changed in later releases to be you are Zelda's only hope or something like that. To help.
I don't know about that second part. What release
they
changed
changed it to something that cleared it up. Having a little trouble in that
in G2, yeah.
Yeah, G2's a rough one.
If things don't really go your way, trying for the pixel perfect dash does not get it. Back to G2. If things don't go well at the very start, then it can kind of get out of hand.
But it's nice seeing both runners in the same dungeon.
Nice one cycle Lanma too.
I will say that it's also implied that the guards were under Aghanim's control.
That one you can see
in their eyes.
Yeah, in their eyes. Whenever they're the possessed guards, they've got this real dark shadow covering their eyes. But if you ever look at the end credit scene, everyone's got this dopey looking happy face on. And they look real dumb.
Someone tried to tell me that, no, they just took off part of their visor. I was like, no, that's stupid.
No, it's totally showing Aghanim's.
My real question is, how did Aghanim's tower get there?
Well, he just took over the tower because that was Zelda's bedroom.
Castle, right?
Which
leaves me to also ask, why were Chex's Ice Armos has always been a thing. Shoutouts to Dao TMB, who was like, I'll teach you how to do this. Obviously that went well. Yeah, Tasha, you want to come say hi? Hope you guys heard that.
Ooh, Buane whiffing the blow up there, having to make a detour back, pick up another bomb.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, decided to just play it totally safe and just plant that bomb right where the. How did he
And
not
that
get hit?
dance. I don't. Between that and that Moldorm hit, I'm just like, what?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunate for
Oh,
Chex.
couldn't get that nice Moldorm hit the second time though.
Mm. Oh, I wasn't even paying
Beats him
attention
right
to
off.
Buane. Chex ended up taking a lot of damage in
Yeah.
floor 2 because the red mimic
Chance we'll
got
see. I
next to
don't
it.
think we'll see Josh Ferries. Chex has been known to go in dangerous scenarios.
She's currently sitting at 4 hearts. I think he's fine.
Yeah, he's probably fine. We'll find out.
Yeah, yep. Decides to skip.
Meanwhile, Buane's hanging out with Agate too. I say he's fine, and then I remember that he hadn't done Gauntlet yet. But that was a very nice Gauntlet too.
Mm-hmm. Buane currently going through Agatu. I believe he had 3 balls that hit, but it looked like 2 of them hit at the same time. I think.
A little bit of a party happening. There we go.
On the old 4 cycle.
Chex heading towards Landmo 2, Electric Boogaloo. He's tired of these mother freaking snakes in this mother freaking dungeon.
So, Buane making his way, not quite to Ganon yet. Still got Aghanim Tower to get through. This Monday to Friday dungeon. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
So, chat, while we finish this up, any questions for us? Any questions about the run, about our lives,
Mm-hmm.
about our runners?
How to get in touch with Anders, you know.
You know,
Anything at
I'm
all.
starting to think that that's not going to happen.
Mhm.
I'm feeling like I might not be the type of most of the people in the crowd there.
Mm.
That's okay. I understand. I get that a lot.
Is Buane the goat? Well, we can find this out just by somebody typing in exclamation point Buane.
Bam, beat Yoho to it.
Why does Ghost only watch the TBS version of Die Hard? I have seen the real version of Die Hard. I don't remember too much about it. Do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I was raised Jewish. I've never seen Die Hard.
How do those things correlate with each other?
Why would
I
it be
was
a Christmas movie for me?
I was raised Jewish, therefore I've never seen Die
There
Hard.
were two separate facts. I've never seen Die Hard, and I was raised Jewish.
Okay. Yeah,
I
it's
think
not.
Josh is trying to plan my anniversary with him. Or my honeymoon, I guess. Alright, we are getting ready for our first AGA 1 fight.
Everyone's favorite part of this category. No one does not enjoy the AGA 1 lottery at the end of your run. And Buane currently with 2 blue balls. Anders already salivating for that chicken dinner.
What do I want?
4 for 4.
I'm a little nervous now.
It's way too early. 5 for 5.
Is this real life? Did I fall asleep?
Ah,
Oh, no,
It's dead.
no, it's not. Dang it. I mean, good, but... What is he doing? Why would he do that?
Just manning up. He's at full health. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, all that just to not get any blue balls anymore. Stuck with 5.
Performance. Pretty solid, gets through. Seeing him round out his Aga Tower in just a few moments while Buane drops on in on our blue piggy friend. So the winner of this match will go up against the winner of Apathy Duck, 07 Salute, and Zero Rush. Whereas the loser will head down to Tosh, your butt's in the way.
The loser will head down to Tasha. Your butt's in the
To
way.
go up against Lanxion, who just went forward today against Swerve.
Taking out.
Ooh, a curiosity question. For me, I would say Thanksgiving. I usually spend it on my own because my family lives pretty far away. And I just make a ton of food, hang out with my cat, play video games. It's probably the most relaxing holiday for me.
What would be my favorite holiday? I think it's really, and this is a weird answer, but it's really MLK Day, because I used to get school day off on MLK Day, and it's pretty much right around my birthday, so it was like I'd get my birthday off from school.
GG's in chat for Buane, who is going to save Falling Off the Edge. And his run with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 12 minutes.
In 7 seconds?
I'm assuming 7 seconds. There we go.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get Buane in here for a interview while Chex beats up Aga 1, ending that fight and heading into Ganon.
If you mean May Day and not Labor Day, we can have discussions on why May Day and not Labor Day in private. Josh?
I was going to say that my mom's birthday is actually this Martin Luther King's actual birthday.
Ooh.
So she probably shares that in common with you, Kostler. Chex is... Oh, I hear a beep. I think we are joined by Buane, The Rock Johnson, GG Buane.
Hey, Anders, yo, Kostler, how's it going, everybody?
We're doing pretty well. How you feeling?
I've had better runs, but it wasn't too bad. I feel like lost more time. You know, this run is notorious. You can lose time on the hard things, and you can lose time on the easy things. Usually, you lose less time on the easy things than I did in this run. However, a win in a tournament against somebody who's as good as Chex, I really am not going to complain too much.
Yeah, I was trying to look back at your splits. I can't quite remember what happened in Tower of Hera.
I just got bopped off.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And I think I lost like 7 seconds clipping in that first time because it was I was one too high and then started hitting
into the corner instead of off.
Can we talk about your first hit against Moldorm 1?
I don't know how it landed. I was like, it looks
Neither
like
do
I'm
we.
good.
Uh-huh.
And he hit the wall and turned back as soon as I had committed to the swing. And I was like, I'm dead. And wasn't dead somehow. So shout outs to however that hitbox works.
Yeah, just the mysteries of Link to the Past continue to reveal themselves.
Get your GGs ready in chat as Chex finishes up the fourth phase of Ganon with a few more spins, I believe. One or two, I think.
And is getting a little ahead of himself.
Am I?
Yeah, he's still got a little bit of time to go.
I don't know how to count.
But anyways, yeah. Yeah. Just looking over your run. Yeah, I can't really think of anything major that really happened in your run, but yeah, you just
Swamp was really bad from start to finish.
Oh yeah, you got the double lotto.
It's so funny. I've never ever gotten lotteried in a run. And for the longest time, I was like, that low dash. Everybody switched to the high dash. I mean, the high jump off of the ledge there.
Sure.
And I'm like, I'm sticking with the low one. I've never been lotteried, and I'm watching other people do that jump and getting lotteried. I'm saying it must be. I've got the right jump here because it's just never happening. And I was so shocked at getting lotteried. I just kind of walked into the second one, and I'm thinking, we were just talking today. Swamp Palace probably the hardest split in this category to die in. So let's be nice and careful. Let's not get hit by one of these water bugs in the first two rooms, or take a smack from Argus, which I thought I had the zero cycle there.
Yeah,
Argus.
Nope.
The empty.
Just a little bit off. I think we were.
But yeah, nothing too bad. I clearly cursed my GT by taking the old man hearts because I'm saying to myself, I'm just gonna do the safe Michael Jackson strat, and I was like, I haven't practiced a safe Michael Jackson strat in forever. I'm gonna take old man hearts, and then I could. It was like sixth try hook dash just to clip into GT, and then getting bopped off by Moldorm again on the dash. So that was my fault though. I kind of was asking for it by taking the hearts.
Yeah, we are joined by Chexhuman. GG's on your run, Chex.
GG Chex.
GG's.
Yeah, you had an adventurous run.
God, Chex.
For multiple things in and out of your control. Anders gave us a little backstory into My Great Movie.
But I think the real thing that we want to ask is desert.
Yeah, the desert split. Was this a new route attempt, or was this were you just
no? It was a bright idea.
Flustered from the other parts of the run and just forgot to do the desert split until
I forgot to do the desert split.
So
I just opened Mire and found went the scenic route.
Quick thinking until you tried to exit desert.
Yeah.
And then I realized I didn't have my Dark World access anymore.
Yeah, and had to go down to the bottom and clip into.
Hey, at least you have the skills to be able to do that, because I know a lot of people in this tournament and out who would have just been SOL in that case.
Yeah, I was kind of hypothesizing whether it would have been just better considering you got all the way to the front of Mire, whether it would have been better to just do Mire and then do desert.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to make those decisions mid run.
But hey, kudos to you for holding it together with the amount of things that kind of happened. I give that to you.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
This is a category where you do have to be ready to withstand things that happen, for sure, right? I think we've all seen that. Can I just point out that I wasn't really sure how to handle whether to watch Chex, whether to watch the restream, because I'm really bad at paying attention to other stuff while I'm playing. So my plan was I'll have Chex's stream up, and I'll just hide it behind IRC, and if I want to pop over there and look, I'll look. and I'll keep Restream chat open because Restream chat's gonna tell me if something big happens or who's doing what. Shout out to Restream chat for really not paying attention to the match at all. Whatever you guys were talking about, I'm very curious. The only time it was even remotely helpful is when Chex was in desert. And everyone in chat was just saying, "What's going on? I don't know what's happening right now." So I'm like, "This is not helping me."
We were on top of the game the entire time.
I wasn't listening to you guys.
Don't rewatch the stream. Don't listen to what's going on.
Don't do it.
But we were totally always 100% professional and talking about what's going on.
I absolutely believe you. Next time, I'm just gonna have the commentators in my ear and
clearly,
because that'll be more helpful than
clearly
talking who's got what Franker Face Z emote, Josh. Very helpful for me to be like,
neither of you have Dutch Glow, which we definitely have to discuss.
I only have like 25 spaces, man. I'm constantly shifting them in and out. But yeah, one of those could probably go for Dutch Glow. That's a good point.
Back to the actual run that Helma fight checks. Was,
oh my god,
an absolute nail biter. I would just
could not breathe.
walk through what was happening.
Yeah, I forgot that I wanted to have safety arrows for the fight, so I only had 3 going in, and then just had to use pause buffers to figure out the rest.
Yeah, and then you're at 1 heart, so it was scary to go up there and try to hammer him. So
I wouldn't
had to
do
go
it anymore.
Had to go to the fighter sword spins, which is just slow and drags the fight on. You could get another fireball phase, and then things get really scary. And
yeah. Couldn't figure out how to hit him at all.
I think that's all the things that I wanted to highlight. Did you have any other questions for either of our runners?
I do want to ask Chex in auto scroller room. You did the pot speed for about 3 seconds, and then you said, "All right, I'm tired of this." And This Is Not Yoho has some words for you afterwards. So when you cut stream, I'd watch out.
Thanks for the heads up.
We're getting called out on a lot of these strats we didn't do, but there was plenty of stuff that went for Meyer bomb jump.
Meyer bomb jump was fantastic.
I was like 0 for 20 in my last 20 runs. So wow. Of course, ruined by the Kadongo in Hera just hitting me with that fire when I have no chance, and then everything kind of went south from there, and I was very afraid of dying to Viddy, which. I even messed up the Viddy fight. I actually don't know. Is that what happened? I actually didn't know what happened, and I was just
I'm pretty sure you just let go of B before you had a spin fully charged.
That's like a spin you almost never miss, because as soon as you take the bit of damage there, you're like, I'm free. Now I've got the iframes, I can just spin and then shoot these guys. So that's it's not a spot you're used to, like, oh, something went wrong. So I stood still for like an extra second.
If something goes wrong there, it's usually you got hit by an eye and you're dead.
Yeah, and you're dead. It's you don't need to figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really, really good Meyer pace until that Kadongo, and then I think I took a stupid hit in Swamp because I was mad at the Kadongo, and then the Meyer 2 revisit was a disaster, and then something else happened. And that's the way a lot of these splits in this category seem to go, huh? But I mean, the power of the Meyer bomb jump, even with all that bad stuff that happened, 717 Meyer.
When you can do it without any sort of pause buffer.
I'm so bad at pause buffers, so that's probably why I only hover around in practice like 40-50% with these sword buffers, but I can't pause buffer, I can't select buffer. Yeah. I mean, I can pause buffer, but I'd rather try and do the sword buffer strat. I guess if I'm going to fail it, let me fail it really quickly.
Gotcha.
My thinking?
I do have to edit what I said earlier regarding who is going to face who in the next portion of the tournament. I did misspeak. Buane, you're going to go up against the winner of Zero Rush and Apathy Duck. Any thoughts on that?
we're already at the point in this round, heck, in the first round of brackets, where everybody who's in there is a tough out because, you know, a bad run is lurking around every corner, and everybody who's left in the tournament, certainly at this point, is capable of, you know, putting up 114, 113, 112. That can beat anybody in the tournament. You know, Zelda can be beaten. You put up a 112 against Zelda, you got a chance. So it's so unpredictable. I'm just going to have some fun with it. Taking out somebody as good at this game as Chex is pretty nice. So whether I lose the rest of my matches from here on out, or I beat, you know, Zero or Apathy, two people who are really good at this game also, you know, just here to have fun, because the minute you start taking this category too seriously is a recipe for not having a good time, right?
Yeah, and then I think Chex, you're either
the winner of Pika Pals or ACMLM.
Yes.
I did get that wrong earlier. So Chex, do you have an opinion on that?
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
This whole tourney has been fun to watch the different matchups and different players with their different paces of advancement and their PBs and their different levels of experience. So that's a great contrast right there. It'll be pretty fun to watch and see how it turns out.
Right, absolutely.
Well, I think that's all from me. I will shut up and let Kosler take over.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to kick it over to Bleeding Blue, so we can go ahead and
Sure
sign
thing.
off.
Thanks, guys. So speaking of that match we were talking about between Zero Rush and Apathy Duck, that is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to come back to see that. We've also got a lot of Ocarina of Time randomizer tournament action tomorrow. The Scrubs tournament Group A is wrapping up tomorrow at 2 Eastern. That's Alfalfa and Wind Requiem. Season 3 Ocarina of Time randomizer tournament round 6 between What the Hell's Happened and Phoenix Feather is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And the Challenge Cup semifinals, Pink Kitty Rose and Zephyr at 7 Eastern. So lots of Ocarina of Time. We've also got Skyward Sword 80% tournament match between Floha and Indy Knoble at 4 Eastern. So lots of Zelda action coming to you tomorrow. Anybody got anything to add?
Happy Glazed Ham Day.
Yep.
Indeed. Definitely want to shout out both of our runners, Buane and Chexhuman, for an awesome race today. Thank you to M. Kosler and Anders for commentating the race. I've been Bleeding Blue, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.